Breaking news. New NATO member receives nuclear warning from Russia. On Saturday, a Russian envoy warned Finland that Russia would punish the newly admitted NATO member if nuclear weapons were stationed on Finnish territory, using severe language against the Nordic nation. When the alliance formally welcomed Finland into its ranks in April 2023, it became one of the most recent European countries to do so. The invasion of Ukraine by Russia in February 2022 and the subsequent rise in Russian aggression against other nations prompted the Nordic nation to seek membership. For this reason, on March 7, Sweden became the newest member of NATO. Not long after the Russia-Ukraine conflict broke out in May of 2022, both countries declared their intention to apply for membership. Due to the influence of founding members like the US and UK, Russia has long perceived NATO as an adversarial power. By taking action against countries like Finland, Russia may spark a far broader battle because NATO members are also obligated to offer military aid to other members in the case of an assault, the Russian ambassador to Finland, Pavel Kuznetsov, stated Saturday in an interview with the state-run news outlet TASS that the two countries' relationship cannot return to its previous level. Amending of fences between the two communities is inevitable. Unfortunately, the ambassador warned that the process will take more time than desired. Washington and Brussels' overarching foreign policy stance toward Russia will determine the outcome of this situation, rather than Helsinki's foreign policy decisions, which have lost much of their autonomy. There will be no going back to the old way of working together now that Finland is a part of the aggressive military bloc of NATO. If Finland were to receive nuclear weapons backed by NATO, Kuznetsov said, Russia would respond. We will, of course, react to any moves the Finnish government may make in this area. His last statement was, we will devise specific steps based on the true threats that these activities will bring to our security. It is inevitable that Russia will respond to such a significant provocation, and the Finns must know that. Nevertheless, we anticipate that logic will win out. On Saturday afternoon, Newsweek emailed the Finnish government to get a comment. Putin blasted Finland's decision to join NATO last month, describing it as a senseless step that compelled him to deploy weapons to the border, in an interview with Dmitry Kiselyov, a propagandist for Russia state television, according to European Pravda. During his March speech to the European Parliament, Finland's Prime Minister, Petteri Orpo, reminded his friends that Russia was not invincible and asked them to help Ukraine while reducing Moscow's long-term threat to Europe. He stated that Russia is still committing war crimes in Ukraine. Moscow is clearly gearing up for a protracted confrontation with the West and poses an existential military danger to Europe. The next years will be fraught with peril and the constant fear of an assault if we, as a unified Europe, do not react adequately to this threat. For Ukraine to emerge victorious from this conflict, we must immediately affirm our support for it while simultaneously bolstering our own military might.